Hey, it's soccer season. Are we excited? I'm so excited. I had a allergic reaction to the atmosphere and couldn't do this preview until way too late. But week one's not done, and I've been unable to watch most of it anyway, so my stuff still counts, at least in my mind. Anyway, hello. Welcome to all of the Angel Army here and the Stone Circle who already know me. I am Tobin Brownstone, and this is Wings of the Angels. This is going to be a new weekly thing I'm doing that should have started a few days ago, but is still going to happen here today, where I am going to go over a lot of Angel City's FC's games, recapping, previewing, and going over just general league stuff. If you've seen any of the things from either Tom Grassi or for Your Name Tree for the Steelers or Perna for the Broncos, it's going to be similar to that vein where I'm going to give some hierarchy thoughts, go over some thoughts on the games, and occasionally live stream them. I do want to do the opener today. And if you, by the way, if you keep hearing me just clear my throat, I am still really should not be pushing myself for long spurts here, but I wanted to get this out because the slideshow was already made and I want to do this. All right. Well, let me get this thing shrunk down. I want to at least give you all some primer here. Let's be clear. I am not a soccer expert. I know a good bit. I have been watching since probably the 2002 World Cup and been paying attention to club leagues probably since around 05, maybe 06. I started watching Manchester City and following the English Premier League, and got into following the women's soccer leagues after their 2011 World Cup. Got to watch the WPS League in its final days before switching over to NWSL, which, speaking of which, is part of this primer here. Let's shrink this down for a sec. Okay. So yeah, we've got Angel City and the NWSL. So NWSL is a women's soccer league that was founded late in 2012 after women's professional soccer folded up earlier that year. And so this was the recreation of the Top Flight League that started in 2013 and has been going ever since. They played and had a champion every year, including 2020, although that was not even part of their major titles. It was the Challenge Cup, which has since been... its role has changed. We'll talk about that when it comes up. But for the basics of the league, you do not need to really know about it. Anyway, it's the third attempt at women's soccer here. The first one was in 2000 with WUSA. The 99ers, like Mia Hamm, Brandy Chastain, all got to play in that for a few years. But ultimately, the money was not there. WPS was the second version, and it was actually doing well, but it expanded far too aggressively. And they ran themselves out of money way too quickly. Because of that, a lot of people still wanted to do it, but they wanted the league to have, more stability and people who had a little more instinct for the stuff. And so they reformed into the NWSL. WPS is not considered part of it, even though half the teams came from it. We actually still have two active ones. Gotham FC used to operate as Sky Blue FC, and Chicago Stars FC used to be the Chicago Red Stars of there. So there is continuation. So if you want to treat it as one continuous league, you could do it in your mind. It is currently the top of the U.S. soccer pyramid, though there has been a challenger in recent years, the USL Super League, which seems to operate almost exclusively out of Florida for some reason. Half the league plays in Florida. But yeah, it's going on. Might bring stuff up about it from time to time. It runs a separate season format. It runs from fall to spring, so their season is actually starting to wind down while this one's starting this weekend. So Won't be as many opportunities to bring it up, but if the moment comes up, I will let you know. Okay, so next, competition format. There are 2 championships you need to be worrying about. The traditional regular season title, which is called the Shield competition, and the playoffs, which is the Cup competition. Is an 8-team playoff, 3 rounds, single elimination. You know how these work. And the regular season, if you follow association football in any part of the world besides the U.S., you already know how this works. Everyone plays each other in their building. Everyone plays each other in the other team's buildings. And the team with the best record is the champion. Very quick, very easy. Actually, it's just the way it makes sense. So I'm going to actually move my thing because I just realized I am blocking. There we go. I think that should work out. There we are. Yeah, I'm going to be up in the upper screen because I just realized I left the upper corner actually very clear. So that should be a perfect spot for me. Anyway, so yeah, final of the NWSL championship tournament is a neutral site. So similar to the FA Cup where they always hold it at Wembley Stadium. It's kind of like that, except instead of inviting every team from the United States to play, like the FA Cup basically invites every team that's even tangentially professional in all of England to compete. In this case, it is just invite only. Top 8 teams. In my view, the Shield is the more prestigious title. I know in the USA that's not, I'm sure not even among a lot of the players, they don't think of it that way. But if you're speaking to people on an international level or you've been talking to longtime soccer fans, the league title is the title. The cup is still very important and something that I would place high value in. But this is, as long as you can play everyone twice, that title has a lot of value to me. And I say that because this league, for some reason, has been talking about trying to expand to an obscene number of teams where they wouldn't be able to do that. And I am very irritated with that idea and hope that it never comes to pass. We know how many teams work in a soccer league. Do not do that. All right, so we are going to do a quick rundown of the teams here. But before I do that, just a quick rundown for my fandom here. As I said, I've been a fan of soccer for a while. I've even coached it at various points. Did a little bit of playing, but never in an organized league. It's mostly been pickup. And as for my fandom, I would never say I became like an in-depth fan. I know some of the statistics, and I'll go into those as the season wears on, and I'll probably get better at it if we keep this going for a while. But for the most part, this is going to feel more like a casual chance to just chat and just kind of be a fan. I like doing that. I think it's fun listening to those guys like Perna and Grassi. Just be able to talk about what they're seeing with their teams and analyzing stuff going on from the rest of the league, even though they're not necessarily experts. And I kind of want to take that same relaxed vibe mindset here. I have, this is an Angel City specific show because that is the team that I'm going to be following here for pretty much most of the videos will be focused on ACFC and then a little bit with the league in general, going over standings, power rankings, previewing games. And my live broadcast won't always be Angel City just because I know when my time frame is and it is not going to always be the Angel City time slot. So I will, in this case, the first one we do probably will be the Angel City game. I'm very excited about that. But after that, I will start expanding and looking at whatever teams are going in that time slot when I watch. Anyway, that's the first part of this video. There will be a couple more to come. So as you see the videos come up, just go ahead and watch those. They'll be coming up just at a time over the course of this first day. Talk to you soon.